Hi guys, welcome to a new series of videos where I'm going to teach you how to beat match using vinyl. Now I don't want you to worry if you've only ever used CDJs or controllers, because you're who I've actually made this video for. The techniques we're going to learn apply to every type of DJing, so it doesn't matter if you're already a vinyl DJ or you've only played on CDJs or controllers. I'm going to teach you what's happening underneath and learn the fundamentals of DJing and beat matching to make you a better DJ. There's one thing I hear all the time: I'd love to mix on vinyl, but it looks really hard. And yes, it does on the outside, because there's no BPM meter, there's no phase meter, there's no sync button, and there's no waveforms for us to look at so we know what's coming up in our music. But here's the thing, beat matching on vinyl isn't magic, and it's not just something only a handful of DJs can learn. It's just simply understanding what you're listening for, and that's exactly what I'm going to teach you in this series of videos. So what I'm going to do is use Rekordbox's DVS feature, which is digital vinyl system, and that will enable me to play vinyl and visually show you what's happening with your music when you play it on vinyl. And then eventually we'll turn off all the visual cues and we'll just use our ears to beat match on vinyl. So once those visual cues are turned off, we will rely purely on our ears to beat match and listen out for those audio cues to help us beat match and mix our tracks together. And once you train your ears to listen out for those musical cues, you'll become a better DJ. Not because you've stopped using the technology, it's because you're now understanding what the technology has done for you while DJing with CDJs and controllers. So the first thing I'm going to do is give you a brief overview of what a vinyl turntable looks like and what the various buttons and sliders do to aid us in our vinyl beat matching. So I just want to give you a quick overview of a vinyl turntable. Although this is a Technics 1210, most turntables are laid out in exactly the same way, so DJs know where they are no matter what piece of equipment they're using. So I'm just going to go from left to right. So on the left hand side here, this is our power button. This simply turns on and off the turntable. You can see that it's on as we've got a red LED power light which shines onto the platter. Underneath that we've got a start and stop button. All this does is start and stop the platter spinning, just like that. Next to that we've got our speed controls, 33 or 45. They dictate how fast the platter is spinning, so either 33 revolutions per minute or 45 revolutions per minute. So if I play it at 33 and then press the 45, you can very subtly see that the platter speeds up and then slows down. Next to that we have our pilot light or target light. This just shines a light across the vinyl and it makes us easier to see where our needle is in relation to the music that we're playing. It's a visual way for us to be able to see where we are in our track. Next to that we have our tone arm, cartridge and stylus. Now the stylus is a tiny needle sitting at the end of the tone arm. That's what actually touches the vinyl and detects the vibrations, and then the cartridge turns those vibrations into an electrical signal, and then there's cables that run all the way up the tone arm into a circuit board which is underneath here, which then turns those electrical signals into an audio signal, and that then goes out to our mixer so we can then hear our music. Next to that is our pitch adjust. We've got a little slider here which goes up and down, and we can either speed our vinyl up by 8% or slow it down by 8%, depending on where that slider is on our scale. When we're bang on dead in the middle, we've got a little light that shows us that we are on 0%, and our vinyl will be spinning at whatever speed is depicted by our speed adjust here. And this is what a piece of vinyl looks like. It's a 12-inch vinyl. This is our Rekordbox DVS, which stands for Digital Vinyl System, and this doesn't have any music on it. It just has an audio signal that Rekordbox can detect, but it is vibrations that can be detected by the needle. And the way we play vinyl is by picking up the needle and the stylus and the cartridge with its little arm here, placing it at the beginning of our vinyl, and then pressing play. And if we've got a musical piece of vinyl and our volume's turned up, music would play. So next I want to teach you what beat matching actually is, because some people think it's lining up two tracks perfectly. And in a way, yes, but really it's not. Beat matching is making sure that both tracks are playing at exactly the same speed. And that's all it is. If one track is playing faster, eventually it will go out of time and it will sound awful. And if it's playing too slowly, the same thing will happen. The outgoing track will overtake the other one. So as a DJ, we need to make sure that both tracks are playing at exactly the same speed. And we'll use the pitch adjust on the turntable plus slight adjustments on the vinyl to make sure that both tracks are playing at exactly the same speed, making sure that when we transition from one track to the other, it is a seamless transition. So next, what I'm going to do is show you using Rekordbox's DVS feature exactly how that visually looks while playing on vinyl at the same time. So here on our turntable is our Rekordbox DVS vinyl. We've got the needle at the start of the record, and as you can see on Rekordbox, the waveform is just to the right of our playhead. So as I move the vinyl backwards and forwards, you can see the waveform moving. And if I now play the vinyl, we can hear and see where the music is playing. And our music is playing and we can visually see it, and the needle is traveling across the vinyl just as it would on a regular audio piece of vinyl. We can stop it. When the vinyl stops, the music stops playing through Rekordbox. If we want to start that track again, we need to pick the needle up and place it at the beginning of the vinyl again, and we press play. And the track jumps to the start and it starts playing again. Ways that DJs cue music up is they put the music to the first beat and then they will gently push the vinyl backwards and forwards until it's time to release the vinyl at the correct time. So what I'm going to do now is load a piece of vinyl and a track onto the other turntable, and we'll now beat match both tracks together. So now the next track is starting to play. The other turntable is at 0 as well, and we're now going to play this one at exactly the same speed and at the right time. So let's bring this back to the start, and we're now just push the vinyl backwards and forwards. Now we're slightly out here, so what I'm going to do is just nudge the vinyl forward. Now as you can hear, they are slightly just out, but fundamentally they are exactly the same speed. And that is what beat matching is. It's making sure that both tracks are the same speed so we can mix them both together. So now what I've done is I've loaded a different track onto this turntable, and what we're going to do is beat match them. Now this track, the new track, is actually faster than the one that's playing. So what we'll need to do is slow the platter down using our pitch adjust. And as we can see, it's 2 BPM faster. So what we can do is using a combination of the pitch adjust and looking at our screen, we will get that to roughly the same speed. So we're just about 1.5% slower. We'll bring the track back to the start, and we'll now wait for the track to kick in, and we can practice beat matching this track to the other one. So we'll just get to the start of this track. Now we can see that it's about to kick back in, so we'll practice. So we're slightly behind. And now they're beat matched, both playing at the same speed. If we drop the bass out of one, they're both in time still. We'll now swap the basses. So what we'll do now is we'll wait until the end of the first track, and we'll now mix this one in, and we'll have a good mix. So we're now waiting for it to kick back in so we can do a nice seamless mix. So we're slightly out, so we push it forward. I'm happy. Now what I'll do is I'll just take that down, and we'll drop the bass out, and we'll gradually bring that track in. And now we're back into the second track. And then what we do next is we select our next track to then mix from that turntable onto that track. So there we go, we successfully mixed two tracks together which were identical, and we mixed two completely different tracks. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and please consider subscribing. If you've got any comments or questions about DVS, CDJs or controllers, please drop them in the comments below. If you want a link to the DVS that I use, it is the Pioneer DJ Interface 2. That is also in the comments below. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.